If you're looking for something funky and new with a bit of authenticity, then Viola Agnes Neo-Soul Cafe is a place to be. Come on in and let's take a look.
When you're traveling through Texas, you're bound to get hungry. Join Joe as he eats his way through the Lone Star State. This is Texas Chronicles Pit Stop with Joe Perez.
We are at Viola Agnes's Neo Soul Food Cafe in Nassau Bay, Texas. I guess it kind of started off, we served food that I learned from my grandmothers, both my grandmother Viola and my grandmother Agnes. So just a lot of family food. We don't really have a set menu. We change it to whatever we get inspired by, so it can always change. The food is probably a mix of Cajun, Creole, Jamaican, and Hawaiian, just because those are the places that inspire me right now. It could always change. But we do a lot of shrimp and grits, the oxtails, the chicken and waffles, just typical dishes that you'll find in other soul food restaurants, but we try to put our own little twist on it and just have fun with it. I got really inspired when I lived in Hawaii for about a year, so just the balances between Hawaiian food and Cajun and Creole food excited me, so I put a lot of that in my food. Kind of like the pipi kulau ribs that we do. It's a big restaurant in Hawaii that does them, so now we kind of bringing those to Nassau Bay, so we're enjoying it. Soul food to me is whatever kind of touches your soul, culture or whatever, and I just want to share that with people and let them know that when they come here, it's not just about the food, but it's family. You're coming to eat at my house, so that's soul food to me, if that's not too much. So. When I moved to Texas and I saw all the cut up chicken and all the crab pieces in the gumbo, I got anxiety. So every time I serve gumbo, I like to serve it the way we eat it back home in DeQuincy at my Uncle Claude's house, or at my Grandma Agnes' house, or my mom's house, or my Uncle Chris' house. It was always a big Magnolite pan full of crabs and chicken. I mean, the whole thing, you got to get in it with your hands. So I know this is a restaurant and we should make it so you can put it on a spoon, but I'm sorry, I can't do that. I got to give it to you the real way that it's supposed to be eaten. So that was the gumbo, and then the oxtails are probably our biggest seller. Before I opened the restaurant, I never made oxtails before, but owning a soul food restaurant, I felt like I needed to have on the menu. So they're basically a mix of typical just brown gravy oxtails and a Jamaican brown stew oxtail, because I was in connection when I was working in Lake Charles with a lot of Jamaican people, and I learned so much. So with the curry and the coconut milk and the funi Greek that we finish it off with is from an Indian shop. So it's pretty much 3 different cultures coming into one pot on that dish, and the one pot that we cook it in is the same pot that I took from my mom's house when I was 18. So that's a well-traveled dish. The chicken and waffles is just our little fun take on it. Very simple, but we take the time to make it taste nice. The fried fish, of course, you can't go wrong with that. We make a really crispy batter for it and fry it to order. We have no heat lamps, so everything is fresh when you come in. So that's a pretty good amount of our regulars right now. When people leave, I want them to feel like I gave them a hug. That's it. I'm a very quiet person, but I feel like I can tell you I love you and I can give you a hug through my food. I'm very shy and quiet, so I stay to myself, but through my food I can hope that when you come in you feel the love, and when you leave it feel like I came out and gave you a hug and gave you a piece of the life that I grew up with, amazing food that my grandmother served and my family served, and we can share it with you guys.
If you're looking for amazing soul food, then a stop at Viola and Agnes Neo-Soul Cafe is a must. Make sure you check out their website for hours and menu items, since some items change. Stay tuned for more of our adventures.